Uncontrolled mind, what it can do to you. Chapter 10. The position of a person whose mind and senses are uncontrolled becomes pitiable. On one side, the tongue is pulling him to arrange for tasty food, then thirst drags one to get a suitable drink. Simultaneously, the sex organs clamor for satisfaction, and the sense of touch demands soft, sensuous objects. The belly harasses one until it is filled. The ears demand to hear pleasant sounds. The sense of smell hankers for pleasant aromas, and the fickle eyes clamor for pleasing sights. Thus, the senses, organs, and limbs, all desiring satisfaction, pull the living entity in many directions. All these senses wander astray in all directions due to an uncontrolled mind. A foolish man who knows no solution when faced with dangers in life may fall prey to bad vices like smoking, drinking, or suicide to free himself from suffering. But he is inviting more suffering than ever before. In modern times, we can practically see people getting stressed, lack of confidence, lack of determination, and so on due to an uncontrolled mind. What profited a man who has gained the entire world but has lost his own soul? Certainly a sensible question. There is no peace and happiness in accumulation of wealth, or possessing bodily beauty, or in display of strength. The real secret of happiness is a controlled mind, which is gradually achieved through a God conscious way of life. Next chapter. Can the mind be our friend? Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter, 6th verse. Bandhuratmatmanat tasya yenatmaevatmana jitaha anatmanastu shatrutve vartet tatmaiva shatruvat. Translation. For him who has conquered the mind is the best of friends. But for one who has failed to do so, he is very failed to do so, his very mind will be the greatest enemy. Thus, the disposition of the mind determines one's happiness or distress. The mind can be compared to a sharpened knife. The sharpened knife is used by miscreants to cause violence, but the same knife is used by an expert surgeon to save one's life. The knife in itself is neither good nor bad. When the mind is controlled, one achieves the highest perfection of life. He voluntarily agrees to abide by the direction of the personality of Godhead, who is situated within the heart of everyone as a super soul. Such a person is unaffected by the dualities of material existence, namely distress and happiness, cold and heat, etc. This state is practical samadhi or absorption in the supreme. So we'll just check the picture. So we can see uncontrolled mind what it can do to you. So it can see it can, damage to oneself, family, and society, hypertension. It will give you depression, stress, madness, dangerous diseases, lack of confidence, loss of trust, weakened determination. You know, your determination will be weakened. So disturbed senses, fickle mind, and lusty intelligence. So, in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna also explains the nature of the uncontrolled mind. Such a mind is always making plans to enjoy the different sense pleasures. Lord Krishna says, while contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment for them, and from such attachment, lust develops, and from lust, anger arises. From anger, complete delusion arises, and from delusion, bewilderment of memory. When memory is bewildered, intelligence is lost, and when intelligence is lost, one falls down again into the material pool. ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गस्तेषोपजायते सङ्गात् सञ्जायते कामः कामात् क्रोधो विजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. So those are the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita 2.62 and 63. The uncontrolled mind is thus the cause of our material existence and all the sufferings we experience in this world. If the mind is controlled, the senses will not trouble us. The intelligence of a person must be strong so that the mind is under its control, and then the senses are automatically subdued. So the driver of the chariot must be stout, strong, and expert in holding the reins tightly so that the horses are in check. The intelligence must be strengthened by hearing instructions from a superior authority. So Lord Sri Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita 4.34, तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्ष्यन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिनः. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. By this process, the intelligence will become strong and the uncontrolled mind will be subdued. Good spiritual instructions are food for the intelligence. They nourish the intelligence and purify the mind. When the intelligence, the driver, is strong, then he'll be able to control the mind, ropes tightly, and the soul, the passenger, will have a peaceful journey. But as long as the intelligence is weaker than the mind, there is no possibility of any peace or happiness in our life. Thank you.